GB Energy, 160,000 customers. The big message from me is do nothing if you are a GB Energy customer. Do nothing. Don't switch away. Don't cancel your direct debits. And this is why, thankfully, 3 weeks ago, something that I've been lobbying for a long time, we saw the Ofgem safety net launch. I have very good timing. My sneaking suspicion is they knew that this was coming, or something like this was coming, and they got it in place just in time. Now, what the Ofgem safety net does is it's a bit like when banks go bust, they transfer the pot of savings to another bank. What they will do now is those 160,000 customers will be transferred to a new supplier. Ofgem will have to find that supplier. So they will get continuity of service and their credit will be protected. So if you were in credit with GB Energy, you will get your credit back if you're an existing customer. So to be as part of that safety net, you have to be a GB Energy customer when it's transferred, which means if you leave now, you won't be. And what we don't know, we've never been here before. This is the first time the safety net's been used, and the first energy company of any size I can remember going bust. So this is unprecedented, uncharted territory. If you're not a member of GB Energy when it's transferred because you're recently left and you are owed credit, we don't know what will happen. I believe what Ofgem is trying to do is trying to get a new supplier who will take on the liabilities of those who've left before, but that isn't covered by its regulations. So it is possible those who've left GB Energy within the last month, and it put prices up, so there's quite a lot of them, or those who leave before it is transitioned to the new supplier, will lose any credit that they were in. And that is the big problem going on here. The other thing that you need to do if you're an existing customer is take a meter reading as soon as possible. So you've got the meter at the old GB Energy rates. And this is important. What is very likely to happen is if you were on a fixed deal or a cheap deal, that will no longer continue with the new supplier. It will take you on as a customer, but at its own rate. Now, I say likely, again, because this is uncharted territory and because Ofgem hasn't done the negotiation, and it may be able to negotiate that a new company would be willing to take on those prices. I doubt it. I think that'd be unlikely. One of the problems with GB Energy is and one of the reasons this has happened is because it offered people cheap fixed rates. People moved on to those fixed rates. We've seen a monumental increase in wholesale prices. Those are the prices that gas and electricity companies pay for their energy. And it therefore could not afford to keep people on the cheap fixes. So I can't see any new supplier who's taking this over being willing to do that either, which means the actual path that will happen for most GB Energy customers, and it's worth remembering, they are likely very price sensitive because people who went to GB Energy, they've switched and they did that for price. GB Energy customers do nothing, get transitioned across to the new company, you almost certainly won't be on a cheap price, and then do your comparison and then switch once you're on the new company. Do not do it now. So that's big picture what to do if you're with GB Energy.